Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus and welcome to Livestream Tuesday. I hope you guys have had a great start to the week and that you had a great weekend as well. There was a little bit of a delay tonight because the stream keys didn't correspond, and if you know about live streaming you'll know what I'm talking about. So I had to go back to YouTube and get the right stream key and then put that into the software, so it took me a few minutes, but we are here. And hello everybody in the chat room tonight. We've got Carla in the house. Hello Carla and Lisa and JC's Radiant Ray and Lisa and Sandra and Tara and Michael and Jeff and Luan and John and Laurie and Susan and Dennis as well. Hello guys, thanks for tuning in today and tonight, depending on what the time is where you are. Just as I always do with these live streams, I'm going to start by, well, getting you guys up on screen to begin with, because that is all part of it. So hello guys, I have to make sure that everything's going to work when it's put up on screen, and hopefully this is working and you can see it. But also I want to get the names of my patrons up on screen as well, because they are the reason that this is happening in the first place, and they are the reason that I can do every video that I do on the YouTube channel, including the analysis videos and everything. So these are the names of my patrons at the bottom of the screen. So thank you so much to these people down here, and you know who you are. And most of you guys do check out the live streams. If not live, then you do catch up after the fact. So thank you guys for watching and for hitting that thumbs up and like button, because it really does help the channel to grow, and also for these live streams to get out there into the YouTube universe. So the big news that we have for today's live stream is something that I mentioned in last week's live stream. There is some other news as well that I'm going to be mentioning tonight, but I have my mug here, and I'm not sure whether you can see it. It's got the logo on the side and it's got Spike the Likes on it. So that is the mug, and there's got to be a way here somehow, I think I did this last week, where you can pin something to the top of the chat room. I think I did that last time. I've clicked on something, maybe it will work, maybe it won't, I don't know. But anyway, so this is the official Wings of Pegasus live stream mug that you can get your hands on. If it's not at the top of the chat room, then it might be in the tray underneath the video, so you can click on that and get your hands on that. But hopefully you guys can see it, and I've just pressed a button, so now the live chat room is filled with the mug. So that's great for advertising purposes. But let me just try and adjust this and see if it's going to work. There we go. Hopefully now it's not going to show the mug on the screen. But anyway, so that was the news, and that came actually the day after the live stream, literally the next morning. So it only just missed out on last week, but it is here tonight, and I've only got water in it, so it's a very boring drink in there. But I do talk a lot during the live stream, so just water, it's going to be fine to keep everything ticking along. So getting straight into the live chat room and also the super chat, because we've just had a donation from Carla, and the message is, "So happy you made it." Hang on, I've changed the screen and it's gone up and through the comment section. So let's have a little look here. "So happy you made it. We have a birthday in the house with a peace sign, and this is a very special person's birthday in the chat room, because it is Lynn whose birthday is today. So happy birthday to you, and thank you Carla for mentioning that in the super chat window. And also everybody, if they can say happy birthday in the comment section, that would be great as well. And thank you so much for that early donation, Carla. That is massively appreciated. And we're going to be getting straight into the first video of the night, but also I'm going to be mentioning probably around the middle of the stream to have, well, to put your concentration and eyes in the direction of The Warning, who are a band that I did an analysis video on probably about a year ago now. I actually did 2 of those, but they're looking at, or at least the fans of the band are looking to get the girls over here in the UK for them to do their first gig. So I'll put the link, I have already, hopefully fingers crossed, put the link to the crowdfunding site, the Kickstarter campaign, as it's called, to get them over to the UK. That's in the description, or at least it will be if it isn't there already, but hopefully it's already there. So we will have a look at that in the middle of the live stream, but I'm going to get into the first video of the night, and this is going to be my acoustic version of Paris Nord, and this was requested by Lisa over on Patreon, so thank you guys for answering my question over there. I always ask for suggestions because I never know what to play on these live streams. So thank you, Lisa, for requesting Paris Nord, the acoustic version. And just while I'm talking, before we get into the video, Michaeline has donated $4.99. Thank you for that, Michaeline. And the message is nice mug. So thank you for that, and I think this mug has been popping up on the supporters page on Facebook as well. If you want to go over there yourself and you're not part of that yet, it's just called the Wings of Pegasus supporters page, and you can head over there. And Laura, who is gonna be in the chat room somewhere, there she is, I can see her name already. So Tennessee Moppy, or Laura as she's known, is gonna be over there. She'll allow you onto that page on, like I said, the Wings of Pegasus supporters page. Just search for that on Facebook and you'll be able to find it. And Vince hosts the after party after these live streams over there as well. So I think a few mugs have been popping up over there, and pictures of mugs as well, which is fantastic. But thank you also for these donations so early on in the live stream, because Poet's Dreams has donated $4.99 as well. Thank you for that. We're going to be jumping into the first video of the night, and quickly before I do, Brian has donated $10. Thank you for that, Brian, and the message is Billy Squire. Thanks, Phil. And no problem, Brian, that was an analysis video. If you guys didn't see that one, it was up a couple of nights ago. I think last night's analysis video, unfortunately, was one of those that didn't happen because my internet crashed and I had to just work around it, but it will be back to normal tomorrow night with the analysis videos. But Brian, thank you so much for that donation, and we're going to be jumping into my acoustic version of Paris Nord. And I always in the live streams explain what I did with this video, and I play the video and then I forget that I explain it in the video as well. So this is my song called Paris Nord, the acoustic version of it, requested by Lisa. I'll be in the chat room as always during this video and all of the videos that I play in the live stream, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock! Hello, Phil here, obviously. This is going to be my acoustic version of one of my album tracks called Paris Nord, and I'm going to film another bit after this and edit it in so that I can sing the other part of the chorus with myself. If I had known, if I had known for just one moment you'd be gone, it's not okay, we want to know, lost in your eyes, Paris night skies, both hypnotized.
in a heartbeat, you were gone. Like ships in the night, love at first sight, holding you tight, holding you tight. Find a way, find a way, to find your way, to find your way. Spend the night with you in paradise, Lord. It's so unfair, so unfair. You left me there. You took the 935 from paradise, Lord. Left with just her aroma from our standstill adventure. Now I'm stuck in a world of regret, and it's 9:35. I'm not happy, but I feel alive. So much I wanted to say, but now it's too late. Find a way, to find your way. Spend the night with you in paradise, Lord. It's so unfair. You left me there. You took the 935 from paradise, Lord. You took the 935. You took the 935. You took the 935 from paradise, Lord.
And there we have it. That was my song called Paris Nord. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And hello to everybody in the chat room tonight. Thanks for joining me. And we've also had a little bit of action in the super chat window as well. So let me just address what's going on there. Now, the interesting thing is, with this chat room window, that's all fine. With the super chat window, I've got it set up on screen so that we can see the bottom comment, or should I say the bottom donation with the comment, and that's something that we couldn't see before. But unfortunately on the screen in front of me is cutting off the bottom donation and comment, but we will get there. I'll figure out how to do it on the main screen that I've got, but as long as you guys can see it on your screen, that's the most important thing. So we've had a few more donations, so thank you Debbie, thank you for $4.99. The message is, hey Phil, loving the CD, turned it up and rocked out. So excellent, thank you for getting the CD to begin with and then turning it up to 11 as well. And Lisa has donated $5. Thank you for that, Lisa. The message is, thank you for playing my request. What inspired you to write Paris Nord? And this was when I went to Paris, believe it or not. And it was with one of my band mates back in the day. We were watching Winger, and it just started at Paris Nord, the train station where the train's the Channel Tunnel. I don't know if you know about that in the USA, but it connects the UK with France and goes under the water, and it's a very quick way to get to Paris. So we took that train and we watched Winger, and there was actually a lot of walking involved because we didn't really work out how far it was because we didn't have transport, obviously. But anyway, apart from the walking, it was great. And we were at Paris Nord train station. There was this sound or jingle that they'd play over the speaker system, and we thought that we'd make a song out of this jingle, and it just didn't work out and it was awful. But then the idea of Paris Nord came along there, and it's just something that came out of that, really. The seed was sown, and Paris Nord just sounded like a nice name for a song, and that's just how it started, from a trip. But anyway, thank you so much for that donation, Lisa. And we've had a few more donations as well. Lynn is in the house and has donated $100. Thank you so much for that, Lynn. And the message is, happy 115,000 subscribers day. Yay. So thank you, Lynn. And that is something that's amazing, that is past 115,000 subscribers today. So thank you everybody for not only hitting the thumbs up and watching the videos, but subscribing. And also a few people have said that they're not getting as many notifications for videos, and there is a new video every single night on the channel. So what will happen is, if you've hit the notification bell, I think there's something else underneath that that you have to click to be told about every single video, including these live streams, the analysis videos, everything that I upload. If you click on the option underneath the bell, as well as clicking the bell, then you'll get notified about absolutely everything. But you do have to go that one step further than just clicking the bell in order to get all of the videos. But Lynn, thank you so much for that donation, and everybody say happy birthday as well, because it's the birthday girl for tonight on the live stream. And thank you so much for joining me, and thank you everybody for joining me tonight on the live stream. We've also had another donation, which is another crazy one following Lynn, and it's from Ian. The message is, for getting to 115,000 subs, good work Mr. Phil. And this is $115 that Ian has donated. So thank you so much for that, Ian. And it's just amazing that so many people have subscribed. So thank you everybody in the chat room, and everybody watching this on catch up as well, and everyone hitting that like button, because it really does help the channel to grow. But thank you Ian as well, and I will be playing Ian's request of Don't Cry a little bit later on in the show. And we do have another donation underneath that I can't see on this screen, but I can see over to the side here. And it's Laura who has donated $10. Thank you for that, Laura. And the message is, Phil, do your neighbours ever say anything if they hear you when you're recording? And no, not yet. Fingers crossed. I'm not particularly loud. This is the thing, that once you work out how to mic things up properly and do all that kind of stuff, you don't need to record at excessive volume. The only thing is the drums that can be a bit troublesome if you have an acoustic kit, whereas I've got an electric kit, so it means that it can be all done via MIDI, and you can have headphones on, and hitting the pads obviously doesn't make a lot of noise. So that's a way that I do get away with not making very much noise. But thank you so much for the donations, everybody, so far in the live stream. It is amazing. I am getting a little message on my screen that says the bit rate is lower than the recommended bit rate. So whatever that means, hopefully it's still okay. And if you guys quickly can let me know in the comment section if everything's still working fine, then we will continue. Hopefully it's just a warning, just for information purposes, and everything's still going out okay. But we will see. But thank you so much for that donation, Laura, and Ian and Lynn and Lisa and everybody who has donated so far. We're going to be jumping into the next video, and this is another request over on Patreon. So thank you everybody for getting involved over there. This was Karen that asked to see You Know My Name, the classic Bond. Well, I say it's a classic to me. It's probably my favorite Bond theme, because Chris Cornell is just such a legendary guy, and he had such an amazing voice. So this was a collaboration that I did as well with Kent Johnson, the guy who plays violin, and he's got his own channel on YouTube, and we did a little collab effort on this because I really liked this theme and he wanted to do that as well. We just joined up and put a bit of guitar and violin together. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and stay tuned, because after this we're going to be talking about The Warning and their, hopefully, fingers crossed, first UK gig. We'll see in the future if anything's going to be happening with that, but also featuring them on the channel. But we will get there after this video. As always, I'm going to be in the chat room, and I'm going to have to use this And remember that I now have a prop to say spike the likes. So if you can all hit that thumbs up, that would be great. It would be massively appreciated. And it really does help this live stream and the whole channel to grow and get a few more people involved in these live streams as well. So I'm going to be jumping into the video now. This is myself and Kent Johnson playing violin. And it's You Know My Name. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And I'll see you guys after. Rock.
If you take a life, do you know what you give? Odds are you won't like what it is. When the storm arrives, would you be seen with me by the merciless eyes of deceit? I've seen angels fall from
And there we have it. That was my cover with Kent of You Know My Name. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And thank you everybody for all of the comments in the chat room and the kind words as well. We've had a little bit of action in the super chat window again. Like I said on my screen here, it does get cut off at the bottom, but I can look over here and see that Lisa has donated $5. Thank you for that, Lisa. And the message is, you look nice in a suit. So thank you for those kind words. And this video is one of those rare occasions where I am wearing a suit. I think the only other time I wore a suit was at my sister's wedding. So it's something that I don't bust out too often, but especially on the analysis videos, I tend to be a little bit more relaxed. And especially at this time of year, dress more for warmth than anything else. But thank you so much for that donation, and thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. So I'm now going to bring into focus The Warning, who I mentioned I did a video on about a year ago, and there were a couple of videos that I did an analysis of a couple of their performances, and one was when they were quite young, and then I followed that up a little bit later, maybe about a month later, something like that, that was showing them when they're a bit older, because they aren't kids anymore, and they are going to be attempting to come over here in the UK and play a gig. And when I say that they're attempting to do it, it's because there is a crowdfunding Kickstarter, whatever you want to refer to it as. I think it's a Kickstarter campaign that is the official name for it, which is in the description of this live stream, so you guys should be able to click on there. And I think by the looks of it, the target has been hit, but of course any extra support to get The Warning here in the UK, I think the plans are at the moment to maybe do it in West London from what I've heard. And thank you, by the way, to Graham for emailing me, and also I've been speaking to their manager Rudy, so thank you to Rudy as well for keeping me informed as to what's going on there. As I said, I think they've hit the target over on Kickstarter, but any extra support from anybody would be massively appreciated, because they haven't played a gig in the UK yet, and it would be great to get them over here in 2020. And also I'll probably be featuring them on the channel here, and fingers crossed, if we can work our diaries out, we can get them on the channel here to do something similar to what I did with Frank Marino, where we were doing an interview and also talking about not only techniques but the music. I think with Frank there's a bit of a problem, because having the rights to play his music, because it was part of a third-party publishing company, is always a little bit more complicated. But with The Warning and the girls, it should be fine just to have a look at one of their songs, do an analysis of it, but also have them there to ask them the questions about the analysis and the things that do pop up. So that'll be interesting as well, so look out for that sometime in the future on this channel. And also that will all be geared towards this Kickstarter campaign that The Warning are having just put together by fans in the UK, who are going to hopefully get them over here. And this is the other thing that I mention in videos all the time about signing record deals and staying independent and publishing companies. And I think the girls are doing it in such a way that is ideal for the current music industry, because it means that, for example, if they do want to play a gig in the UK, they've got the fan base who can help them and start a campaign and gradually raise the money to make that happen. So it takes so much of the headaches that you get with record labels. I hesitated to say headaches because there's lots of other words that you could use, where lots of bands are taken advantage of by major labels, but the girls are doing it in such a great way that something like this can happen, that the fans can raise the money for them to come over here to the UK and play in London. And I think the venue hasn't been nailed down yet, but if it's the one that has been suggested so far, it's just a stone's throw from where I am here. So it'd be really cool to get the girls here in the UK. And like I said, that is going to be in the description below of this live stream, so you guys can click on that link and you can help. Even if the figure has been hit, everything else is going to help, because I'm sure that they'll need food and they'll need somewhere to stay. So all of that will be taken care of with your support out there. So if you can show them some support, that would be massively appreciated by me and by them as well. But thank you everybody for tuning in tonight to this live stream, and also to everybody who has donated in the super chat window tonight, because we've had a bit of action in there. And I think at the moment on this screen, I can't quite see the bottom. This is the thing that happens, unfortunately, with YouTube. Sometimes it goes through this phase of just not showing the bottom donation. But I can see that it's from Linda, and I can't quite read the message yet, but it's for $5. So thank you so much for that, Linda. What we'll do is we will jump into the next video, and hopefully it'll sort itself out on the screen. I'll mess around with the ratio and sizes and see if I can sort it out again for you guys on your screen. But we're going to be getting into the next video, and if we can, let's spike the likes. I now have a prop in order to say that. So thank you everybody as well who has ordered a mug, because you can still get your hands on them. It should be pinned to the top of the live chat room section of the live stream, so you guys can get yourself on this very mug that I'm using, the special live stream Tuesday mug. But if you can, hit that like button if you haven't so far, that would be great. It's going to be massively appreciated from everybody in the chat room as well as myself. But let's get into this next video, and this is going to be the lyric video for my song called Don't Cry, and this was requested by Ian over on Patreon, so I hope you guys enjoy this one, and I'll see you guys after. Rock.
But you can't go around thinking of her 1,000 times when you think you see her face in the crowd. Now she's gone, no way of ever knowing. Don't cry for me, don't cry, is what she'd say. Don't cry for me, don't cry. No more shopping in the hall, only empty spaces.
So there we have it. That was my song called Don't Cry, and I hope you guys enjoyed that one, the lyric video of it. And this is the thing that hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to be okay with the copyrights, because we've had in the past the live stream being stopped because of my own copyrights on my own music being taken care of by a third-party publishing company. But it's okay, because I pay them to look after my music, because it's too difficult to keep a track of all of that myself. So no worries with that whole copyright side of things, because some people did message and were saying, oh, I can't believe that your live stream got stopped because of the copyrights. It's okay, because I'm not going to enforce the law on myself, so it's not going to be a problem. But thank you everybody for the messages relating to that. It's all absolutely fine, but we have had a little bit more action in the super chat window, which is on screen already, and I'm going to now look at this screen in front of me. Again, the bottom part is cut off, but I've organized it so that hopefully on screen you guys can see all of it. We have Linda, who donated $5. I couldn't see the message before, but the message is still stuck at work and can't watch the live stream, but wanted to get a donation in and tell you that I love my mug with a happy smiley face. So thank you, Linda, for purchasing a mug, and I'm glad that you like it. I think it's really cool as well, and I think it's always difficult when you send off a design to know what it's going to be like when you get it in real life, but I like it. I like the fact that the Spike the Likes is so big on it as well. So you definitely get the point. And if we can spike the likes, if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, it would be massively appreciated. We always try to get to 200 likes in the live streams, and sometimes we make it and sometimes we don't, and sometimes it's really close, and we will see how we get, well, how far we get tonight, and fingers crossed that we will be able to get there. So we're almost 40 minutes into the live stream. We did start a few minutes late, so it's probably more like 37 minutes, but if we can get a spike of the likes for the 40th minute of the live stream, that would be fantastic. And addressing the donations again in the super chat window, because Vince has donated $10, and thank you for that, Vince. The message is, Phil, thanks for the announcement of the Warning Kickstarter. You can see them when they get there. They are touring the US and Canada from March to May. So thank you, Vince, for that. And I have been talking with Graham as well, who's involved with organising it all and keeping me in the loop. And if they do make it over here from the USA, and like saying they're going to be touring Canada as well, so guys, look out for their tour dates, and I'm not sure that those are up on their website yet, but if we do get some tour dates, I'll try and get that in the live streams in the future, just in case you guys can check them out if they pass a town near you. But thank you, Vince, for that. And also, if they do play here in London, Graham has mentioned that maybe I'll be going along to do a presenting of the night or hosting the night, something like that. We'll see what happens, but that would be cool, because I'll upload that on this channel so you guys can see what happened in London at the end of this year. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see. But thank you, Vince, so much for that donation, and for all of the donations tonight in the super chat window. It is massively appreciated. I always say that these live streams are so much more reliable because of the donations, and you allow me to update equipment and keep everything working. And I know that probably now it's going to all go wrong and maybe it will just stop, but fingers crossed it will be fine, because everything has been improved with all of the donations of the super chat, but also these people at the bottom of the screen who make everything possible on the channel. Thank you guys so much. So we're also going to be looking at the super chat window again, because Shirley has donated, and this is during the last video, $24.99. Thank you for that, Shirley. And the message is, I always tear up with this song, so beautiful. So thank you for that, Shirley, and the kind words and the donation. And it looks like maybe in the chat room it's not quite set up correctly. So let me see if I can move this live, and hopefully it's going to work, because there's another donation that has come in, and Lucy has donated. Hello Lucy, thanks for tuning in again. The message is some dollars for you to begin to make an acoustic songs CD. So thank you for that, Lucy, and there's some rock horns, a heart and a piece. So thank you for that. That was $19.99, by the way, from Lucy. So thank you for that. And yeah, anything is possible in the future. I've got, I think, only the ballads that I've worked out acoustically, and I'll have to think about, yeah, maybe I can work the other album tracks in somehow. And by the way, if you want to check out my album or buy any of the songs that you hear on these live streams, you can head over to wingsofpegasus.com/store, or just go to wingsofpegasus.com. You'll be able to find it and navigate your way to the store. And the album Persistence, which is where all the songs come from, and there is an extra single that's called Running Blind, and that was separate from the album, but you can go to iTunes and Amazon and find the music there as well. But it's obviously better for me if you guys manage to make it to the website, because then everything comes to me and isn't split up as a percentage of another company. So we will see what happens if we can get the warning into the UK in the future. Like I said, it's one of those things that nowadays is possible, and hopefully you guys can see them if they do pass you in the USA. Like I said, we'll try and get some tour dates from the girls and the management so that you can know if they are going to be passing by. But anyway, Lucy, thank you for your donation for my acoustic potential CD in the future. And this is the great thing about people supporting art and music, and you guys supporting me on this channel and being able to put the spotlight on other artists like The Warning. It's just a really cool community that's starting up, and an independent community of music on the internet and on YouTube. And this is the way that the music industry is going, and I think it's so much better for bands to have control of everything that they produce, and for their fans to have a say in what they do as well. So it just makes everything so much more rewarding when you've got a fan base who are supporting you, and that's all you need. Because I think a lot of musicians, all they want to do is just make music, and if they can do it full time, it's not about making millions of dollars and pounds and having a sports car or a fancy car or a mansion. It's just about making music and being able to support yourself and pay your rent and buy food, and just being able to do music full time is an amazing thing. So thank you everybody out there for not only supporting this channel and everything that I do, but also you guys who are in the chat room who support other bands such as The Warning, because we all really appreciate it so much. But thank you for that donation, because we've got a few more coming in, and James has donated $10. Thank you for that, James. The message is good picks this last week, Phil. Rock. So thank you for that, James. And we will be getting back into the analysis videos tomorrow night as well. And Beanie Angela is in the house and has donated $5. So thank you for that, Angela. Again, the message is, now I need another mug with a happy face. So thank you for that, Angela. Hopefully the chat room is okay now and you guys can see it on the screen. And I think it's moving. Hopefully it is. I'm not sure if it is. It might actually be stuck on the screen, but we will see. I'm just clicking buttons here. This always gets a bit dangerous now, because once I start clicking buttons, anything can happen. But hopefully it's moving along now. And thank you so much, Angela, for that donation. And Gina Sina is in the house. She has donated $14.99. Thank you, Gina, for that. The message is, hello Phil, I wanted to send some love and tea money. Goonies never say die. So thank you for that, Gina. And I do have a Goonies I almost said a Goonies t-shirt. I don't know how the brain manages to take some letters from a word that is 2 or 3 words in the future and put it in the word that I'm saying. It's amazing that it can do that calculation totally subconsciously. But anyway, I do have a Goonies t-shirt that I wear sometimes, and it is grey. So this is, I say grey, this is from Back to the Future 2, the sports sports almanac that just ruins everything for everybody in that film. But thank you, Gina, for that donation. And Peter has donated $9.99, and the message is, thanks for supporting The Warning. And thank you, Peter, for your donation and for supporting this live stream and this channel and me as well. It is massively appreciated. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And it looks like we have Mario in the house. I've just seen lots of hands on the screen. So everybody say hello to Mario. That's what we do in these here parts on our live stream Tuesdays. If Mario's in the house, everybody say hello to Mario in the chat room. And thank you, Mario, for joining us tonight. And thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight in this live stream. So we've had a little bit more action in the super chat window. Again, it's cut off on the screen in front of me, but I can look at my other screen. This is the other thing, that I now have two screens. So thank you, everybody, for your donations and making that possible, because now I can see so much more and I can address these donations when I can't see it on the screen. I can see it off to the side of the screen. So thank you guys for that. And it has been a $9.99 donation from Roy. And thank you for that, Roy. The message is, I'll look forward to you interviewing The Warning. I always enjoy interviews conducted by musicians. There are always great insights with some rock horns and a heart. So thank you for that, Roy. And yeah, it will be great to chat with the girls and talk about things musically, but I think it's always easy to lose a lot of people when, especially, they don't play an instrument or aren't musically that way inclined, but they enjoy listening to music. So I like on this channel to try and explain things that need explaining, but keep things a little bit more mainstream so people can understand what I'm talking about and what an artist might be talking about. So it'd be great to talk with the girls about the way that they play and compose and their live setup and all these things that I find interesting as a musician about other musicians. But thank you so much for that donation, Roy. And we've had another donation from Lynn. So this has been a $10 donation, and the message is hello to Mario. So everybody has been saying hello, and thank you, Lynn, for that donation. And also happy birthday wishes to Lynn tonight, because it is her birthday. So we want to say a massive hello and happy birthday. And that's something that we can also put in the comment section, as well as hello, Mario is a big happy birthday. But we've had a little bit more action as well. And Carla has followed up with Lynn's donation with a $4.99 donation. Thank you for that, Carla. And the message is, how's the weather over there after the storm? And this has been the main story in the UK with the storms that have been going on. It's been really windy. It's been crazy windy, just blowing everything over to the point where you start to think whether the roof is going to be blown off the house. But fortunately, it's all fine here. I think in other places they've had it a lot worse, where maybe it's a little bit more open land-wise, so the wind has a massive effect on buildings and things like that. But fortunately, it's not been too bad. Sometimes I could hear the walls creaking in here, but it's been okay pretty much on the whole where I am. But it's something that I think you can get a little bit scared of. I think in the UK we don't get a lot of extreme weather, so once you start hearing just crazy wind, it is possible to think, right, is this tree going to blow over onto the top of the roof, and am I going to have to run out of the way of this anytime soon? But fortunately the trees have all stayed up, and having said that, I mean, the wind is dying down now, so it's been pretty much okay. But one time I was walking and I had a cap on, and somehow I was getting rain in the face. So it gives you an idea of the wind, how powerful it was, that it was hitting me in the face when I had a hat on and I had my head down. I couldn't work out how that happened. I think it was just a conspiracy by the weather to hit me in the face with water. But it was certainly extreme weather going on. But thank you, Carla, for that donation. And we've just had another donation as well. And this is Andy Grace, who has donated $5. So thank you for that donation. And it's a man dancing and blowing out one of those party popper things that I'm not sure what they're called. I think I did have this picture before, and at that point I knew what that was called. It was like a party thing. But if anybody knows what this man is blowing out, and then you can put it in the comments section. We can find what that is called. It's not a party popper, because those are the things that you pull and then they pop, obviously. But it's a party blower, maybe? I don't know. But thank you so much for that donation, Andy. And thank you, everybody, for donating in the super chat window tonight. And for everybody hitting that thumbs up button. This is something that I always forget to ask you guys to hit that thumbs up. And if you can do, it would really be appreciated. It helps everything to grow on this channel. And we're trying to get up to 200 likes for the live stream tonight. That is our weekly target that we try and hit. So we will see if we can reach that tonight. But we're going to be getting into the last video of the night. And this is going to be, I've got Hero queued up here, which is one of my original tracks. And it might be between Hero and We Can Fall Down, because I've got two of them lined up. And what I'm going to do is put it out to the chat room. So the first person to decide between Hero and We Can Fall Down can have that played, because like I said, I've got both of them queued up here and I can't decide which one to click on, so we will see. But just before we get into the video, a quick mention again about the warning. You'll be able to find their Kickstarter campaign in the description in this live stream video, so you guys can click there if you want to show a little bit of support to them and help them to get over here in the UK, because they haven't played in the UK yet, and they're going to be playing in the USA and also Canada. So that's going to be happening later on this year and pretty soon this year. So I'll try and get some dates if possible in the future. If anybody does know the dates and can send them to me, then that would be great, and just by email will be okay. But it looks like we have had a vote for Hero as the last video of the night for this live stream, so we're going to be jumping straight into this. And thank you guys for suggesting Hero. I could just see it going through the chat room, and this is it. I can never make a decision about what to play, so we'll get into this. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys after this. I'll be in the chat room as always. Rock!
Just in
And there we have it. That was my song called Hero, and that was the live version that was part of a live stream gig that I did. And everyone always say, what's with the drummer? Everyone always says, what's with the drummer and the mask? And it was a Halloween performance. So we just had a theme, and leading up to it, it was Billy the Puppet, I think it is, from the Saw movies, and it was that whole Halloween theme, so he wore a mask, and it also helped that he could be incognito and nobody knew who the drummer was, which was particularly good for the other band that he was in and didn't want to be seen to being a drummer for Wings of Pegasus, so it had a double point, or a double... What am I trying to say here? It was double-headed with the point of not showing his face. This is what always happens towards the end of the live streams. All of my vocabulary goes out the window because my brain can't find the words that I'm trying to find in my head. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight, and for everybody in the comments section for hitting that thumbs up, because we've managed to get past 200 likes, which is always our aim for these live streams. So thank you guys for making it so well liked throughout this live stream, but also you guys always hit the thumbs up every week, so I really do appreciate it, because it allows this channel to grow and to get out there, and it also helps the analysis videos as well. And this is something that I did mention last week about, I think YouTube starts to lean towards videos that have a lot of adverts on them, whereas I don't really like to put a lot of adverts on my analysis videos. Sometimes there will be adverts on there placed on them by the copyright holders, which of course, if I'm looking at somebody's song and they own the copyright to that, then they'll get the revenue for the adverts. But I tend not to want to put lots of adverts because it breaks it up too much in the analysis videos, especially if I'm trying to explain a point and then an advert kicks in the middle of the point. It might make it difficult to understand. So I think generally YouTube is starting to favor videos with more adverts on, and maybe suggesting those a bit more, but I think well, for the at least foreseeable future, I'm going to keep everything as non-adverty as possible. We'll see what happens, but at the moment it seems to be okay. The main thing that you guys can do to make sure that you get every single video is to hit the notification icon, the little bell, after you've subscribed, and then also click the part underneath that that says to be notified for every video, because that means that you'll get notified for every video that I release, which is every night, and also these live streams, because I do set up an event on the live stream so that you guys will be able to count down and get a warning and be reminded that it's going to happen. But that is all something that maybe is going to help, because some people did say that they weren't getting enough notifications, and it's just that extra little option that you need to click. But let's get a little bit of the super chat window on screen as well, because we've had a little bit of action in there, because Jen has donated $5. Thank you for that, Jen. And the message is, yeah, happy early Valentine's Day sweets. With, I think that's a kiss. So thank you, Jen, for that. And it's got to be Valentine's Day soon at some point. I'm not really sure when it is, but thank you for the wishes on Valentine's Day. I'll just be doing a video as normal, so it won't be any different to any other day for me, but happy Valentine's Day to all you guys out there if you're doing anything special or anything in particular. And thank you guys all for tuning in. We've got Renee in the house, and Ryan, and Laura as well. And Laura just quickly has said, now that it's election season over here, there are lots of political adverts on your videos, but we'll all make it through them. So thank you for that, Laura. This is the other thing, that I have no control over the adverts, and sometimes when I'm checking my own videos to make sure they're uploaded, when there's a video at the beginning, I always get, well, guitar related adverts and obviously music related things and pedals, and YouTube always tends to take whatever you've been watching and then advertise you things about the videos that you've been watching. So that's how it works. So I'm sure that over in the USA, with the whole election thing and that season that it's in, I don't know a lot about the politics over in the USA, other than Donald Trump is is the president at the moment, and I'm not going to get involved in all of that. But like I said, I don't really know how it works, but I'm sure on YouTube at the moment with advertising, it's going to be a hotbed for people trying to get you to vote a particular way. Certainly here in the UK, when it is time for voting on TV, they have party political broadcasts, which are broadcasts that are by a particular party trying to convince you to vote for them and not the other people. And it's something that I don't really get too involved with because I'm too busy doing music and other things. And sometimes I'm not even going to start mentioning politics here because it's an endless conversation, because some people support one person, some people support another person, and some people are never going to agree. And then sometimes you feel like the people in charge aren't the people that should be in charge because they're like kids squabbling in a playground. But anyway, let's get back into this live stream, and thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. And we're going to avoid politics in these live streams as always, but it's something that obviously affects everybody, and I do think it's a good idea to vote and just have your say and hope that the people think the same as you. But like I said, you're never ever going to be able to win, because this is the thing that people, I'm not going to get political, but whatever some people believe, and this goes for everything in life, whatever one person believes or is really passionate about, somebody else will believe exactly the opposite and be just as passionate. So it's just understanding that that's always going to happen, and it's all about discussing it in a nice way and not getting annoyed or violent, and just discussing it like grown-up human beings. But anyway, we're going to be looking at the super chat window as well, because Sandra has donated $24.99. Thank you so much for that, Sandra. The message is great selection of videos tonight. Thanks. So thank you, Sandra, and everybody, including Sandra, over on Patreon for responding to the message that I put out before I start the live streams, because it gives me videos to play. And it was a bit different tonight because we had an option about the last video. I had a couple of those queued up, but we went for Hero. Maybe it can be We Can Fall Down next week. We'll see what happens. But thank you guys so much for joining me tonight on this live stream. And the theme of the live stream has been mostly The Warning, the band who you can go and support over on Kickstarter with their campaign in order to get to the UK here and play their first gig, because that would be great. They're a band that I featured on the channel about a year ago, doing an analysis video on them. So you can head over there, and that link is going to be in the description below. But also to draw attention to the Spike the Like mug, which is debuting for this week. And you can get that at the top of the comment section, the chat room. It should be pinned at the top there, so you can click on there and have your official mug whilst you enjoy the live stream. And there are t-shirts and things underneath this video, or at least there should be, in the tray. So you can click on that and purchase yourself a t-shirt. There's a classic design, a new design, and you can get a mug. You can get everything. You can also go to wingsofpegasus.com and go to the store there, and you can buy my CD and songs and download them one at a time if you only like one particular song. But thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. And also, let me just mention again the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook, because you can get involved with that as well, because Vince hosts the after party over there, and Laura is in charge of that, Tennessee Moppy, to give her code name here on the live streams. But Laura is in charge of all of that over there. So just click on the join button and you'll be allowed into that little community. And like I said earlier, I think there's a lot of mug pictures going on there as these mugs start to arrive. So thank you everybody for buying a mug and joining me drinking whilst having these live streams. But I'm going to be calling it a night now. Thank you everybody for tuning in and also for all of the super chat donations tonight, because it makes such a difference and allows these live streams to go off without a hitch. And fortunately, the internet has worked, and fingers crossed it's going to be okay for the foreseeable future and I can keep doing my analysis videos, because when I'm watching a video on YouTube, of course, I need the internet. So if the internet goes off, I physically can't be watching the video that I want to analyze. So it is a bit frustrating, but we got away with it. And tomorrow night, it'll be exactly the same. We'll get back into the analysis videos. So thank you everybody for all of the donations, and thank you for all of your support. These people at the bottom of the screen who also do pop up in the super chat window as well, because they are my patrons and they help everything to progress and just keep where it is. It means that I can do a new video every night because of these people's support, not only in that side of the screen with the super chat, but at the bottom of the screen, my patrons. And just to throw out there as well that the warning are on Patreon, so they're on the same site. So you'll be able to search for them on there if you want to help them in that way, as well as the Kickstarter, or one or the other. But just to mention that the warning are over on Patreon as well as myself. So thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. As always, I'm going to make this live stream available on YouTube after it's finished. So if you are watching this in the future, you can't comment on the chat room section, unfortunately, because it's no longer live. And this is something that I do get regularly every week. A couple of hours after this, at like 3 or 4 in the morning, people will be saying hi, and unfortunately it's not going to show up because that isn't live. And I'm going to make it possible for you guys to watch it in the future, of course, and I put it on Patreon as well, so I'll be over there later on tonight. But you can still hit the thumbs up button if you are watching this in the future, because it still really does help the channel to grow and for everything to get out there a little bit more. So you can still hit that thumbs up. Thank you guys for joining me tonight and hitting the thumbs up button, because we've got over 200, which is amazing for this live stream. And I will see you at the next analysis video in the comment section tomorrow night. And if I don't see you then, I'll see you at the same time, the same place, next Tuesday night for Livestream Tuesday. And maybe we'll have a few more mugs there in the chat room. And I'm not talking about having a mug as an insult, because that's something that people say here in the UK. I'm not sure if it's something that they use in other countries, but it's a little bit of an insult, but not really. It's like a light-hearted insult to call somebody a mug, but I'm not calling anybody a mug. I'm saying that we might have more Wings of Pegasus Livestream Tuesday mugs in the chat room next week. Who knows? Fingers crossed, but we will see. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you the same time, the same place next week. And fingers crossed, we're going to be able to smoothly end this live stream, because I've done it, I think, 2 weeks in a row. And now that I've put the kiss of death on it, it's probably all going to go wrong. But we will see. And fingers crossed, hopefully that I always want to make sure that I get through all of these super chat donations every week, because as I said, on the screen that I'm looking at, it does cut off the bottom part, but I can see it on this other screen. So fingers crossed that I have addressed everybody. I think R. Gray donated $10 as well, which I can just see here, and I can't remember whether I addressed that, but thank you for that donation as well. And I'm just having a quick scroll up because I want to make sure that I did address all of these super chat donations. Thank you guys for all of them. I think I did. So I'm going to be going now. This is the longest sign off ever. Thank you guys for joining me tonight, and I'll see you guys the same time, the same place next week. Catch you later. Rock.